evening and welcome to Art for Life.
Hi, I'm Caryl Dolinko and I'm here at Art for Life. This is Vancouver's premier fundraising event for Friends for Life, the Diamond Center for Living.
And two now, at 222, 2250 now, and 2250, at 2000.
Angela Grossman is one of the 37 artists that have been invited to join the Art for Life event this year. And as we can see, there are hundreds of people that have shown up to bid for this amazing piece of art.
Artists are always called upon to donate for different things, and I have picked this as my cause, if that's the right word. I feel good about giving to this group and for what it's for.
I'm here with Carmelo Sortino. Very, very pleased to meet you.
Thanks.
This is your art, and it's
This is my piece. Yes,
so fresh, so fantastic.
Thanks so much. It's take time, but it's okay.
Now, you were telling me before that you used to do something with fruit when you were...
Yeah, when I was about 10, 12 years old, I started my angle in Sicily. That's where I'm from. And start to do fruit marzipan. And start to paint orange, pears, all those fruits, we have in Sicily.
So you've gone from marzipan
to the canvas, yes, and colors. And I'm proud to be here tonight and raise some money for Art for Life, because we need to support them. And I'm here to support 100%.
So I'm standing here with Ross Penhall at Art for Life, and you are the signature artist for all of the art that's gone out to publicize this event. How does that feel?
Wonderful. I feel I've been at it 3 or 4 years now, and to be asked to do this it's an honor. Great exposure, and hopefully the piece I've donated will generate a good dollar for the cause. It's called the Pool of Light, and Craig and I, who is the art selector of the organization, he and I kind of came to a conclusion that was the name, because I kept referring it to it. I'm horrible at naming my paintings. I have real trouble in that, and I kept referring to it, Pool of Light. Oh, that one over there, the Pool of Light, because he had 20 or so to choose from, and that was the one. It makes the most sense.
Art for Life over the last 8 years has raised close to $800,000, and this year they're hoping to raise $100,000 through the dinner, the art auction, as well as the silent auction. We certainly wish them the best of luck. This is Caryl Dolinko for Outlook TV.
Welcome to Outlooks Out in the City. I'm Giovanni, and here's what's happening in the gay and lesbian community in the next couple of weeks. The Mac Viva Glam Garden Party is the 5th annual Fashion Cures here in Vancouver. It's taking place at the Commodore on November the 23rd. You can get your tickets at Ticketmaster by calling 280-4444. Now, remember, this is to benefit A Loving Spoonful, the Dr. Peter AIDS Foundation, and the St. James Community Service Society. On November 24th, Margaret Cho blows into town at the Vogue Theatre. Again, you can get your tickets at Ticketmaster at 280-4444. And remember, that show is selling out. It's being dubbed as a night out at the movies with the Rainbow Concert Band, featuring the music of John Williams, Elton John, and talents of the band members. This takes place at St. John's United Church on November the 24th. St. John's United Church is located at the corner of Comox and Broughton Street, and admission is by donation. On December 1st, it is World AIDS Day, and it'll be a benefit performance for AIDS Vancouver, featuring the talents of Denise Simpson, Kim Kuzma, a Vancouver Women's Chorus, and the Rainy City Gay Men's Chorus, and more. This will be taking place at St. Andrew's Wesley Church at 1012 Nelson Street. You can get your tickets at Little Sisters Gay Mart, David Blue Hair Design, or by calling 240-4444. Now, we're giving away some Outlook t-shirts, and if you are one of the first 5 callers through, give us a call at 412-2661 and leave your name and your telephone number, and we'll get back to you. If there's an event that is happening here in the community and you want our community to know about, give us a call. Again, at 412-2661. Leave us the information. You can fax it to us at 990-6114, or you can log on to our website at www.outlooktv.org. I'm Giovanni for Outlooks Out in the City.
The Vancouver Gay Volleyball Association started over 22 years ago with only a few members. When Vancouver held the Gay Games, however, membership shot up to over 200 people with 4 divisions. And now that Montreal has won the bid for the 2006 Gay Games, no doubt membership will increase even further.
Today's the 6th one-day volleyball tournament, the Interactive Male Invitational, presented by the Vancouver Gay Volleyball Association. It's a tournament designed with more of a local flavor to attract local teams. And today we have 13 teams from Vancouver and 2 teams from Seattle that have come to play with us today. Everything's going well. We're on time and they're playing in the playoffs right now. And we'll see some winners soon. The VGVA started in 1979 with about 20, 30 players of a group of guys who just wanted to play volleyball. And they got together every week and played a recreational volleyball level. And in 1990, after the Gay Games 3 here in Vancouver, our membership shot up because there was a lot of interest in sports. And now we have almost 200 members in 4 skill divisions. We play 4 times a week at 2 different locations at varying levels. We have our novice recreational level, intermediate 1, intermediate 2, and our competitive division. And a lot of these teams play together, and then some of them form their own teams to play in tournaments outside of Vancouver. Since Montreal has been awarded the Gay Games, the next Gay Games, some teams have already started talking about preparing to go to Montreal. And that's very exciting because it's a few years away and the interest is already here in Vancouver to go to Montreal. If you're interested in joining volleyball or finding out about VGVA, you can call us on our info line. You can call us at 604-290-0133, or you can also check us out on our website, which is www.vgva.net. It has information there on everything that we are, our history, what we're going to do, where we play, when we play, and you can email us there as well. So come check us out.
There's a changing face to AIDS. The first wave of this disease affected gay men. The second wave is just on the increase and is far from reaching its peak as yet. It's because of this second wave that AIDS becomes the disease of poverty. This is because it's affecting particularly urban poor. It's pretty frightening. What's going to become of these people?
The history of the Dr. Peter AIDS Foundation starts with Dr. Peter Jepson Young, a young physician in the early 90s who was a gay man who became infected with HIV/AIDS himself. He was becoming blind and was looking for a way of still being a physician. He and a colleague came up with an idea of going to CBC to talk about his life living with AIDS. The rest, I guess, is history. 10 years later, we have the Dr. Peter Center, a legacy of Dr. Peter. Prior to Peter's death, it was already apparent in Vancouver that more and more people who were living in poverty were being affected by the disease. He recognized that he'd been very fortunate. He had a family, he was a physician, he had great support, and he knew that others were not as lucky as he was. So he wanted the Foundation's efforts to provide comfort care for people with HIV and AIDS. For many, they have no personal support network, and the Dr. Peter Center becomes that support in their lives. They begin to have more stability on a day-to-day basis, and we've actually done research to determine, in fact, that their quality of life does improve.
Can you tell us about the day program and the services provided here?
The participants who come to the Dr. Peter Day program can access nursing support, support with managing their medication, support with dressing changes, with any kind of nursing condition they may need some consultation on, education around some of the clinical nursing issues. We also offer hot meals, which is really important to people. We also offer nutrition consultation, recreation therapy opportunities. We have an art studio, we have a music room. We help people have opportunities to enrich their day-to-day lives. We've also done some research that shows people who attend the day program reduce their acute hospital bed use by 55%, which is really quite remarkable.
What is the immediate future of the Dr. Peter Center?
The immediate future for the Dr. Peter AIDS Foundation, fortunately, involves a permanent home. We have been very fortunate to have a new Dr. Peter Center planned for just across the street here, which is a very appropriate location for the individuals who come here. They find it very helpful to have it near St. Paul's Hospital, and a place where people who live in the West End can come, people from the downtown area come, and we're looking forward to the services here then going to this new site. We had an evaluation of the Dr. Peter Center done a couple of years ago. The researcher stated that at the Dr. Peter Center they felt cared for, and as a result of that began taking better care of themselves.
We're here today with Mark Long and members of the Business Breakfast Network Group, a GLBA initiative to create and develop business opportunities within the gay and lesbian community.
We started about 3 years ago, and as part of the GLBA, we wanted to create another forum where business people can come and meet and exchange contacts other than just a once-a-month program which we have with our First Friday lunch. So the idea was to create opportunities to pass leads and build good business relationships and so on to assist and help the gay and lesbian businesses of Vancouver. At the moment, we're about 23 strong. The idea with the network too is that you're exclusive per industry, so you only have one person representing your industry, so you lock out your competition. Each member is given the opportunity to speak for a minute, minute and a half about their business, what they do, what's the typical lead that they're looking for, helping understand new changes and so on with their business. As life goes on over a year, things might change. And so they get, and after that, we have a chance to complete our breakfast, more networking. Then we have craft talks, where each member gets a chance every 3 or 4 months to highlight their business in a 10-minute segment and talk in depth and understanding and a question and answer period about their business. And then we have a time where we pass leads on written forms so that we can keep track of those opportunities that we are networking with each other, for each other during the 2-week periods between meetings. The objective is more so generating business for each other. The lead focus, it's a real leads focus. So trying to encourage everybody to really prospect for each other on a weekly or bi-weekly basis. Our focus is the opportunity for the Gay Lesbian Business Association format. We do not make it exclusive to gay lesbian. We have a small percentage which we allow to invite straight people or straight businesses that would like to market towards our business association. So we were very careful in that we will include those people who want to market towards our community. We're now going into our 3rd year, and the requirements on the group is that first one has to be a GLBA member to qualify to become a BBN member. A lot of industries do well with us, financial planners, realtors and things like that. The members in the current chapter of the BBN have been a part of it since day one and have reaped significant benefits from it, simply because we find that the Gay Lesbian Business Association are extremely loyal, and they like to support each other and like to support other gay lesbian businesses in the Vancouver area.
What a fantastic way to promote your business. I'm Daniel Leipnik for Outlook TV.
I'd been going to group for a number of years, so off and on, and I mostly just went for support with the younger people that were coming, because I was near the upper end of the age there. Anyway,
I worked up the courage to go to group because it took a couple of weeks to get to that point after learning that it existed even. So I just sort of thought, well, I'll go and I'll see what happens, and if I don't get judgmental responses, then I'll take it from there.
I was running behind and I went scooting in, and I thought that she was someone else. I thought she was someone I was trying to avoid. So I went, oh, hi, sorry. So I gave her this really scared reaction and then introduced myself and sat down across the room.
So that's why I say now that I'm scary to women, because she had this panicked look on her face, like, oh my God.
Well, when we started, Karen was living downtown and I was still living out in Port Coquitlam with my dad. So I would drive in and see Karen and then drive out to home and get changed to go to work and then drive out to see Karen. So it was very tiring for me because I was doing all of this driving just to see Karen. Oh my God. Well, I've got some family issues, so it was hard for me still being at home, and there was some tension there, not with Dad, but with other family members, so I needed to get out. That was hard on us. Mm-hmm. So went to some counseling, decided we need to move no matter what the cost, and we were not in a financial position to move, but we did. We moved downtown, lived in this dive of an apartment, but that was a big step up. But living out there, we couldn't walk down the streets without getting bugged or taunted, and really, it's like I've lived here for 25 years, or no, it wasn't 25 at that point, 23 years. I've lived here all of my life, and it was getting really bad.
It was a hard year, but I think it was better to have trouble at the beginning and work through it together than have this smooth sailing and then, you know, run into rocky shores later, because we've been through all the garbage.
I used to fly off the handle pretty easily, and so I've become a lot calmer with Karen. I had one kind of emotion, and that was either really happy or angry. I didn't really show any of my I'm feeling hurt, I'm feeling sad, kind of. It was just to protect myself, I'm feeling angry. So Karen's really helped me do a lot of my own personal growth and been there for me, and that's been really helpful.
I'm forced to be communicative by this one. You have to tell me how you're feeling. Yeah? So, yeah. That's
sometimes drawing things out of Karen can be a challenge. Yeah. Come on, honey, I don't know what you're thinking. So we try to talk.
That's a skill that you don't learn that as a child. If your parents don't spend a lot of time, well, how are you feeling today? You know, how did school go? You know, kind of thing. Then how do you know to do it as an adult, really? Sure, there are lots of couples who communicate in a way that is satisfactory to both of them, but I think there are a lot that don't, and that's a learned skill. Takes you time to realize how important it is.
I'm just starting to get some acceptance from Karen's family, and it's 5 years down the road, or starting to feel that way. Everyone always has higher hopes for their son or daughter, and no one's ever going to be good enough. Yeah. But I think it's even harder with queer people because their families have already put these expectations on a partner that's going to bring them a family or that kind of different relationship.
How am I going to get grandchildren now?
Yeah, so the families already have a big thing there, and I think that puts a lot of stress on relationships that you don't get as much of in the straight community.
And don't forget to catch part 2 in our next episode.
First time I met Peter was at volleyball, and I thought he looked very similar to one of my close friends, Peter. I never intended to date him or anything like that. I just thought it was cute, and it was a lot of fun. And then we started talking some more, and we finally went on a date. That's when I realized that, he was definitely boyfriend material.
I had just moved from Montreal, and I didn't know anyone in the volleyball league, so I was there lacing up my shoes and putting on my knee pads, and he came up to me and made me feel at home and asked me about school and about myself. I thought he was really cute and really friendly and outgoing. I thought he was a bit of a player at first, so I was a little bit scared, but I got over that pretty quickly.
The beginning of a relationship was completely hedonistic. All we did was just party and travel and just do everything that we've always wanted to do that would make us smile. Like we went to the Pride Parade in the cruise ship, which was a lot of fun, and we went partying. And then a week after that, we drove down to California to go to these roller coaster parks with some friends. So I mean, the first, 5 months or so?
The first 6 months.
6 months was just complete fun.
For me, falling in love was the most amazing experience of my life. And it was like being in heaven, like being in bliss for 6 months. But I had no concept of the negative aspects of being in a relationship, that the person that you love the most can also cause you the most pain.
How do I say it? When I broke up with this person, I had lots of security mechanisms go through my head, and I put all these walls around me in order to protect myself at the time. So entering my relationship with Peter, I was determined not to get hurt the same way that I did with the previous relationships.
I would say things like, I never thought love could hurt so much. And he would say, well, you were really naive, weren't you? Stop overanalyzing, you're thinking too much. Or I would be crying in bed at night and he would roll over and fall to sleep. And I wanted him to take care of me and make me feel all right and feel special, because I, at that point, wasn't able to do that for myself.
I knew that I had those security mechanisms. It's not like I denied them or anything like that, right? But Peter wanted too much of me too fast. For me, I just needed more time and more experience with them before I felt safe. Again, I have no idea when that period would have been, but I knew that eventually it would come if, our relationship was...
Do you think you knew that consciously?
Knew what?
Because if you knew that you didn't really...
No, well, it's like this. Remember I told you during our rocky times that I was giving him about 80% of my heart. I couldn't give him 100%. And he said he needed 100%. And I go, well, you're not going to get it. And you know what? He doesn't have 100% of my heart right now still. He has like a huge chunk of it, but still, we're still not completely 100% comfortable with each other. We went to a counselor too, once, and I told her that you don't really know what love is until you've been hurt by it, or something like that, right? Yeah.
Well, I'd say first of all, before you get in a relationship, make sure that you're at a point where you're happy with yourself and that you're secure and
you can live independently and not... Yeah, needy people don't last very long in relationships, I don't think.
Because they're needing to take from more than they're willing to share. So if you're developed enough and you're at a point enough where you can just live on your own and be happy, then you're sharing your life with someone else rather than taking with them. So that starts you off on a good point right there.
It's also not losing yourself in each other. That's kind of wrapped up in the whole lesbian bed death thing, that you become such good friends. You're almost like just roommates because you lose the romantic side. So it's not losing yourself in the coupledom, you're still a person.
Everyone has wants and everyone has needs. Wants are things that you want in a relationship. Needs are things that you absolutely need in a relationship. Don't forget your self-respect and don't give up your needs, but try to really listen to the other person, understand where they're coming from, and be ready to compromise a lot more than you expect to. And expect conflict and expect there to be problems, but if you love the person and it's worth it, you'll work through them and you'll have a better relationship because of it.
Make sure you're always talking and always make sure you're honest to the other person. I think we were raised with a bunch of social constructs in our head that are very unrealistic. I don't think like marriage or monogamy is for everyone. And I think a lot of people feel trapped when they're in a relationship and they're afraid to tell their partner the truth or their needs and wants. And a lot of times they cheat or they do whatever they need to do behind their partner's back. And I mean, that's so prevalent in the gay community. And I think it's always important to just be honest to yourself and be honest to your partner. And definitely accept the repercussions to being honest. I mean, it's always important to look out for yourself and for the people you love, right? But at the same time, you got to respect the fact that sometimes the person you love might not give you what you want or what you need, and you got to move on.
"17 years ago, Brad McIntyre was diagnosed with HIV. He was told to make plans for his belongings, inform his family, and arrange his funeral. His doctor told him he had 6 months to live. But Brad had no plans of dying and instead decided to investigate other options that could not only save his life, but keep him healthy.
I spent many years, hidden away, so that no one would know that I was, HIV positive or that I would get sick. I really was tormented by that fear for many years. And it wasn't until after spending about 4 years in that state of fear, actually having moved so far away from family and friends so no one would see me get sick, I started to read different books, self-help books, A Course in Miracles, went to workshops, the AIDS Mastery, anything I could get my hands on, to hopefully work through the fear and have a sense of moving away from that.
Being diagnosed with HIV can be a terrifying experience. These days, though, many people are combining modern medicine with natural medicine and leading a healthy lifestyle as a means of boosting their immune system.
The basic principles of naturopathy. One is to determine and to identify the underlying cause of disease. So we treat that as opposed to just treating the symptoms. We also treat the whole person through individualized treatments. We support the person's natural ability to heal themselves. So we work with nature's way of healing. And we also teach people on preventative health care and well-being. The term doctor is docere in Latin, and that means to teach. So that is fundamental for us as naturopathic physicians.
The meditation, the visualization, Reiki, which is a Middle Eastern practice of healing, craniosacral, body rebalancing, massage, all of those things that are about, body work, in understanding the connection between the mind and the body. And for me, I was sick, for years when there wasn't really anything physically wrong with me. But emotionally, I was creating all of this fear in my body. And so, I was living with the fear and anxiety, I had insomnia, I was terrified really. And that understanding the relationship between the body and the mind, I was then able to not, create more physical pain for my body through my emotions, and the body work helped me to release all of that.
I think that the other things that are, I think, very helpful for people are the type of therapies that help them to get their mind around being HIV positive. So things like meditation, I think, are very helpful. Tai Chi, so again, kind of getting the body and mind working together are, I think, the most important. Vitamin therapy, I think, is very good. So I think there's quite a bit that people can do that doesn't involve taking drugs and medications.
Taking modern HIV medication as prescribed by a doctor is one way people can combat the effects of HIV. Alternative and integrated therapies work at increasing the body's resistance to opportunistic infections such as colds or even pneumonia.
In the early 80s, when HIV first hit the gay community, there was really not much treatment, and the only drug that was available was AZT, and from what I heard about it, and the fact that it was a routine of every 4 hours, for myself, I knew that I just couldn't follow that kind of regime. I was concerned about the toxicity of the drugs, and at the same time I felt well, so I chose not to go on the drugs.
Whilst in most cases HIV medications are proving successful at preventing the HIV virus from multiplying, complementary therapies such as naturopathy and reflexology are designed to bring wellness to the body through non-intrusive means. I'm Daniel Leipnik for Plugged In.
The rainbow banners on Davie Street have been a source of pride for the whole community since they went up 2 years ago. So it's no wonder there was such a controversy when the Davie Street Business Association announced they were taking half of them down.
2/3 of the members wanted to refresh the banners, so we decided to have a community contest to get the community involved, basically. When it was time for it to come down for the banners, it created a little bit of a controversy that was kind of blown out of proportion by Extra West. They felt that we were taking their pride down, basically. And that was never our intention. We just wanted to refresh them.
The Davie Village Business Improvement Association decided to refresh the banners for a couple of reasons. We wanted community involvement and business involvement, and we've always had a difficult time attracting people to help us with the BIA. So we thought of no better way than to have a contest to refresh the banners and involve either the business community or the local community. So it was an idea to get people involved to help us to make Davie Street a better place to shop.
But we love our rainbow banners. They help us feel accepted and acknowledged. They stake out our corner of Vancouver and they say Davie Village is the gay village. So any new banner design should continue the rainbow theme, shouldn't it?
It's not a criteria because part of the banner, as we had mentioned, part of the banner, the inside of the street will be the actual rainbow banner anyways. So the one that faces on the outside, we wanted to represent something that's something a little different from the rainbow.
There's still time to enter the contest. Just bring your design down to Abassa Optical at 1037 Davie. If you've got opinions on the banners, you can sound off on our website. That's outlooktv.org. I'm Larry Colcy for Plugged In.
In a recent Gay Men's Health survey, 45% of gay men say they have been bashed in some form or another. Now, this is a shocking statistic. As we speak, the memorial service for 41-year-old Aaron Webster is taking place. He is the gentleman that was killed here in Stanley Park. In light of the recent events that have taken place in Stanley Park, I'm wondering what the Liberal government is going to do to bring about some changes.
Well, as an MLA in the Liberal caucus, my job is to make sure that my colleagues understand the severity of the problem that we're dealing with, and this is a very tragic event where someone was basically beaten to death because of his sexual orientation. There is some concern within the community about whether or not we're addressing homophobia within the school system, and there's very good argument for if you want to change people's behavior, you go to the youngest ones. So we talked about a variety of initiatives that the Education Ministry has underway already on anti-bullying, and looking at the Safe Schools Kit and talking about how we can include homophobia as a class of discrimination and bullying that needs to be addressed.
So as the gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgendered liaison officer, what exactly is your role?
I am a police officer assigned to the downtown core here, and as the GLBT liaison officer, it's my job to listen basically to the concerns of the community and take whatever action I can to help alleviate their concerns. I would say specifically as a result of the incident in Stanley Park last week, there's been some considerable concern regarding public safety. I think one of the big things I would underscore is the crucial need for two-way communication. Basically, it is very imperative that members of the community, if they feel persecuted, bashed, or even when they're assaulted, they have to reach out to us and let us know. Call 911 is the message. Our communications center, ECOM, has been given the heads up. Those kind of calls are to be treated as a priority, and our members will respond.
If you feel that it's time for a change, take a stand. Start with your local MLA. As the saying goes, the squeaky wheel gets the grease.
It's December 1st, 2001. I'm at St. Andrew's Wesley's Church in Vancouver. It's for a World AIDS Day benefit, love and remembrance.
This evening is Love and Remembrance. It's a World AIDS Day concert and benefit. Tonight, several talented and wonderful musicians and artists are donating all of their time and spirit to help raise funds for AIDS Vancouver and for the AIDS Memorial Project. Sybil Thrasher, Kim Kuzma, Dennis Simpson of Vancouver Women's Chorus will be joining us, Rainy City Gay Men's Chorus, on stage.
What have we learned sort of from the 20 years ago to now, and how has it differed?
In 20 years, the main difference is, unfortunately, now 20 years later, there is an incredible level of apathy. There's also an incredible level of young men and women practicing unsafe sex that feel that they're too young to contract HIV, that heterosexuals feel that it's a homosexual disease. Young homosexual men feel that because they don't have sex with anybody over the age of 30, that they can't possibly get it. And unfortunately, needle users don't even particularly think when they're sharing their needles.
I just came from the Carnegie Center at Main and Hastings, and there was a candlelight vigil, and people were speaking, and there was a lot of good stuff going on. But there was also a sense of desperation that more people are dying needlessly. These deaths are preventable, whether it's injection drug users or people with Hep C. And so in being at the Carnegie Center today and being here tonight, I think that we are here to love and remember, but we're also here to express solidarity, that there's a better world, that we do that by the work that we do every single day in the organizations that we work with. And I want to just commend the incredible work that organizations undertake in Vancouver in terms of providing direct services to people with HIV/AIDS.
A lot has been accomplished, a lot that we have to be proud of. In fact, we really need to celebrate the fact that our work collectively has truly changed the face of healthcare, parts of healthcare, and social policy in this country and abroad forever. That is a fantastic achievement.
We want to enrich, enlighten, and entertain. We don't want to sound preachy, but we want people to learn. And the most important thing they have to learn is to love and to remember.
Welcome to Outlook TV, TV that's out of the closet. I'm Giovanni, and on tonight's show we have Out in the City, but first we're going to be joining Fred Kamperman, who visited the offices of Extra West to discuss the 30th anniversary of the Pink Triangle Press.
Hi, I'm Fred Kamperman with Outlook TV. The Pink Triangle Press has been celebrating its 30th anniversary, and Extra West has been a big part of it.
Yeah, Fred. PTP is having its 30th anniversary this month, and we started publishing in 1971, and it's been an incredible 30 years. Right from the very first issue of the Body Politic, our first newspaper, it was produced in Toronto, but Body Politic had major Vancouver connection. A lot of Vancouver content, which eventually evolved into a whole Vancouver bureau, and it was really one of two pillars that put together PTP. You had Vancouver on the west coast and Toronto in central Canada putting it together. A lot of amazing writers were on the west coast, and a lot of terrific things, initial developments in gay rights were happening on the west coast. The Body Politic went bankrupt in 1986 as a result of two suits against it for obscenity. In the process, it managed to win the court cases and set a new law for obscenity in Canada. Up until then, writing about gay issues was considered obscene by some courts and by the police and by many politicians. But out of the ashes rose the Extra paper in Toronto, and then Extra came to Vancouver after a bunch of Vancouver people lobbied our board of directors to bring the paper here.
Robin Morello is an investigative reporter with Extra West.
God, it's my dream job. It's everything that I want to be as a journalist, and at the same time, it lets me think about my community and be part of my community and contribute to my community. I'm thinking about the things I want to think about. I'm writing about the issues that matter to me and hopefully to my community. I'm talking to the people I most want to talk to. I never saw a paper like Extra West when I was growing up. I mean, I came out when I was 20 at my university newspaper, and that was a wonderful environment. We were, you know, your typical left-wing, radical, alternative student newspaper, and I grew a lot there. But I didn't know that there could be a gay paper like Extra West. I didn't know I could be a journalist and a gay activist all at once, put together. I thought I'd have to be a journalist at a mainstream paper and, you know, cover my community once in a while through whatever lens I was assigned.
I think we've got about 975 more years to go, because people sometimes will accept certain aspects of being gay, but we still live in a society that is trying to restrict how we make love, who we fall in love with, and until we are able to deal with those root causes of society's fear of sex, sexuality, and love, and regulation of those, then our community is still at great risk. And we're going to be there right the way through the whole journey, I think.
Congratulations to Pink Triangle Press on their 30th anniversary. I'm Fred Kamperman with Outlook TV.
Thanks, Fred. And here's what's happening in your community in the next couple of weeks. It's the Women's Winter Arts and Craft Fair taking place on December 15th and 16th, so if you still have some last-minute Christmas shopping to do, that might be the perfect place to check out. It's at the Heritage Hall at 2102 Main Street. Admission is $2 to $5, and proceeds benefit the Positive Women's Network and Not So Strictly Ballroom. Well, if you want to feel a little festive for the holidays, why don't you check out a couple of our local choirs. The Rainy City Gay Men's Chorus presents Homo for the Holidays number 5. It takes place at the Norman Rothstein Theater on December 7th and 8th. You can get your tickets at Little Sisters and at David Blue Hair Designs. And the Vancouver Men's Chorus will be Making Spirits Bright. It's taking place at the Fairmont Hotel Vancouver on December 16th. There's 2 shows, one at 3 and one at 8 p.m. You could get your tickets at Little Sisters, or you can call Ticketmaster at 604-280-4444. And finally, Jet Boy and the Vancouver Pride Society presents Jet Boy the Dance Party. It's bigger and better than ever. It takes place on December the 9th at 1250 Richard Street. Doors open at 9 p.m. You can get your tickets at Little Sisters and at Tech Direct on Commercial. Now, if there's an event you want our viewers to know about, you could give us a call at 604-412-2661. You could fax us the information at 604-990-6114, or you could email us through our website at www.outlooktv.org. From Gay Mart at Davie, I'm Giovanni Morello for Outlook TV.
Hi, I'm Caryl Dolinko and you're watching Outlook TV. Fred Kamperman is taking us to Homo for the holidays, and I'll be explaining some events happening in town in a moment. Stay tuned.
The Rainy City Gay Men's Chorus is here at the Norman Rothstein Theater for Homo for the Holidays. It's their 6th annual. Let's go in and take a look.
This is the Rainy City Gay Men's Chorus 6th annual seasonal soiree. It's the 3rd time we've been at the Norman Rothstein here at the Jewish Community Center. This evening's subtitle is Classical Classics. Our evening is filled with classical music, but classical with a twist. In fact, very twisted. We open with 1 madrigal, we go straight into 2 fagregals, and then 3 dragregals, and the evening descends into silliness from there.
What's a fagregal?
A fagregal is similar to an ancient madrigal, which would have been something music played in the 16th century, that little sort of almost minuet-y type music. And a fagregal is just a little bit more gay. I mean, the title of the first piece is Behold My Love is Large, and the second piece is O Dish Me Not. And a dragregal is the same except performed by, well, drag queens, 3 very large, vicious divas. They're beautiful, lovely things, but they're quite hysterical.
You know we're fabulous. Yes, us. You know we're fabulous.
This is our second full concert of the season. A week ago we performed Love and Remembrance, which is our World AIDS Day benefit. And we will be performing in February with all the other gay and lesbian choruses. And we try to promote a lot of original music and stuff. Our festivals are a festival. They're a celebration of music. There are pieces that we've done in Christmases past that the members loved. You know, things like 6 White Boomers and Christmas in the Tropics, and of course, the perennial Homo for the Holidays.
I'm Fred Kamperman for Outlook TV.
Hi, I'm Caryl Dolinko, and you're watching Out in the City on Outlook TV. This coming Friday, November 30th, Gal Fridays are holding their holiday season soiree. This is going to be a lot of fun, and it's held at Heritage Hall, 3102 Main Street. Tickets are available for $15. You can buy them at Gaymart on Davie Street. Sunday, December 1st is World AIDS Day, and AIDS Vancouver is hosting a benefit performance called Love and Remembrance in the evening, 8 p.m. at St. Andrew's Wellesley Church, which is located at Nelson and Burrard. All kind of performers will be featured, including Vox 4, Sybil Thrasher, Kim Kuzma, Vancouver Women's Chorus, as well as the Rainy City Gay Men's Chorus. Tickets are $20 and available at Little Sisters and Gaymart. As well in the evening, Out in Surrey is featuring its Christmas dinner and dance. They're going to be introducing candidates for their Mr. and Ms. Gay, as well as the new Baron and Baroness. Tickets are available via Martin at the number listed below, or you can contact them for information at outinsurrey@shaw.ca. Friday, December 7th is the event called Jingle Babes, hosted by Girl Gig Productions. It's a concert as well as a dance with the band Cherry Bomb playing. Mrs. Claus, as well as her sexy little helpers, are going to be there so you can have your photo taken with them. The event will be held at 8 p.m. at the Wise Hall, 1882 Adirondack Street, and tickets are available in advance only at Little Sisters or at Cocopelli Hair Salon. For more information or any events that you would like listed, be sure to contact us at outlooktv.org or call the number listed on your screen. For Out in the City, I'm Caryl Dolinko.
The Commodore Ballroom is hosting the 5th annual Fashion Cares event. This year's theme, a garden party.
Fashion Cares always goes where there's a community, and communities love a garden party. So, I love a party period, so we thought we will make it a colorful, wonderful, vibrant, lively party, so we made it Garden Party. Fashion Cares actually goes back 15 years. It started out as one of the first AIDS fundraisers in Toronto for the AIDS Committee of Toronto. So this was the 15th year there, and 5 years ago we brought it to Vancouver. We came here to visit and thought, wow, what a great city to bring the event to as well. Every year for the last 4 years we've been able to give between $35,000 and $40,000 to each of the charities, which are the Dr. Peter, Loving Spoonful, and St. James Community Center after the event was over, and hopefully this year we'll be able to top that.
I design for women who are career, so it's like I love shape and silhouette, and it's still fun. BC came here a few years ago, and I think it's really important for BC to be involved because Fashion Cares was all Toronto-based, and now we're global. I think Vancouver is more global than anything else, so to me it was very, very important as a Vancouver designer to be fully involved.
David, what exactly is Loving Spoonful?
It's all about meals and caring for people living with AIDS. We provide about 150,000 free meals every year to people who are homebound because of AIDS. We also do a baby program, we do food program for kids, and we do some food in the downtown east side.
How many lives do you touch a year?
About 600 people per year benefit from our services.
And so how perfect is the timing this time of the year?
Oh, it's a great time. I think people feel charitable this time of the year. And also I think fundraising for AIDS is getting more and more challenging, so we always need the money, and right now we definitely need the money.
The Dr. Peter Center, a wonderful place, wonderful place. How great is it for you guys to be here?
It is absolutely phenomenal. MAC is a great supporter of the Dr. Peter AIDS Foundation, and we are very appreciative because it is funds that help us survive each year providing the services that we provide.
And the Dr. Peter Center sort of formed over the last just couple of years. It's become a little bit more mainstream, a great place.
The Dr. Peter Center is a healthcare center. It has a residence with 10 people living in it right now, and in our new building we'll have 24. The day program has about 150 people attending at any one time, and it is focused on individuals who are most at risk of deteriorating health.